Now we're rolling. We are back. Quinn, what's up, dog?
Hi. Just playing the Switch that we got for Christmas.
Hey, Quinn. Do you want to battle me in Mario Kart?
Sorry, I'm playing Super Mario Smash Bros.
Do you want to challenge me?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay. Well, okay. Hey, Quinn, can you say now we're rolling? Say it.
All
right.
Yeah.
No, go here, man.
Q dog.
Q man. He did. We're in Cali, so we've been hanging out at the pool. And when I came in, he was done. He's hanging out in the room again with that.
He's like, I've had enough. Dude, we just
had
like
an me,
awesome.
Dude, I don't like hanging out at the pool all day.
I'm not a pool guy.
Me and Hunter, we've been playing with the football. Me and Hunter and Hillary have been playing in the pool. Couple hours. Stick a fork in me. I'm done, dog.
Yeah, same here. I'm in and out. In and out. What's up, Fiji?
What up, Fiji? Hey, everybody, go look at Fiji's website. What is it? Lux MMA?
I think it's Lux MMA. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
.com.
Hey,
Fiji, give a little plug. That's cool.
Be on the lookout. Word on the street is Mr. Fiji's tightening up the nutrition, getting his training in order. Watch out.
Because Miss Fiji said so.
Miss Fiji called him out. Mama's not messing around.
I like it.
Hey, awesome freaking fighter spotlight with Mr. Brutal Ben Egley. That was a good fighter spotlight.
Yeah, dude, man, it's gonna be so fun to be cage side for those guys. I mean him, the Mongolian, great. Josh Witt, Kane Carrioza, holy smoke! Like it's gonna be sick. Like the co-main and main event. Me personally, I'm a little bummed that like not bummed, but it's like I wish there were guys from Utah in those spots, right? Like that. But the way this card worked out and everything, those four fights, all 155 or those two fights, 4 fighters, 155. It's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be crazy. What's up, Kai? Mr. Hefty Bag.
The whole card's fun.
Yeah. So we're gonna break down Kattar and Chikadze card really quick. We got another fighter spotlight coming up at 4:30, so we're gonna have to jam through this pretty quick. And we wanted to touch on a couple other things too.
Yeah. So we're gonna run through this one. This one's gonna be a little bit quicker.
Yeah. We'll start at the bottom in the 145 division. We got TJ Brown fighting Charles Rosa. TJ Brown's 15-8, stands 5'9" with a 73.5-inch reach. Boston Strong, 14-6. He stands 5'9" with a 69-inch reach. Who are you liking in this one, Zach?
Hold on. I'm just pulling it up. I don't have my dual screen.
Oh, pulling it up. TJ Brown's coming off a win off of Kai Maka. Charles Rosa, just his last fight was 3 months ago against Damon Jackson. He took a decision loss. TJ Brown's was a split decision with Kai too.
Yeah.
After coming off of 2 losses.
Man, this is a spot here where I really think that Rosa could pull off an upset.
Ooh, 2-1 dog. You're already starting with the dog.
I'm not picking it. TJ Brown should win this fight. He should win this fight. But it's one where, one, it wouldn't surprise me. And 2, Charles Rosa, for me, he's really struggled against other guys that are like elite grapplers, right?
Yeah.
But if it's somebody that'll keep it on the feet with them, I should say this. He is a very, very, very good grappler. But when somebody's better than him, it seems like he doesn't have an answer. He kind of relies on his grappling.
Yeah.
Where TJ Brown, he's been guillotine choked by Jordan Griffin, but he's won a lot of fights, finishes a lot of fights with submissions. I think it's a pretty close fight. I'm just saying the value in Charles Rosa. I think it's a closer fight than -250. That's all.
I agree with that. I'm going to roll with TJ Brown.
That's fair.
I'm going to go with Chalk. I'm not going to get too
I'm going to go. I'm just going to, for fun, I'm picking Charles Rosa.
Okay. You can do that, Zach. Next up, we got Brian Boom Kelleher against Kevin Croom. Kelleher's 23-12. He stands 5'6" with a 64-inch reach. Crash Croom 21-13. He stands 5'11" with a 73-inch reach. So pretty big height and reach advantage for Croom. Kelleher's a huge favorite. He's a minus 300 favorite. I think he is one of the bigger favorites on the card. The comeback is plus 240 with Croom.
I got Kelleher by decision or submission.
I think Kelleher is going to be too much for him as well.
I do.
So
especially on the ground.
Dustin's out of Facebook jail. Good to have you back, Dustin.
Welcome back. The
Next up,
jail brotherhood.
I think we know where we're both going on this one. Ramiz Brahimaj against our boy Court the Crusher McGee. Ramiz is 9-3, stands 5'10" with a 73-inch reach. The Crusher 20-10, stands 5'11" with a 75.5-inch reach.
Okay.
Do we need to break this down?
Well, no, because we're picking Court.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. He looked the best I've ever seen him in his last fight.
He looked phenomenal in that last fight.
He looked
really
phenomenal. Did. You know, he'll have Dana Rissenbull from Agima and Shane Stoneman in his corner.
Yeah.
And it seems like since his last fight with those guys in his corner, that's the best Court McGee that I've seen in years.
Here's my only, not that I'm picking against him, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Is Father Time going to catch up?
Not right now.
I don't think so either. He looked phenomenal. I mean, I thought that maybe it was at the Carlos Conduit fight, but he also didn't fight. He also didn't fight his fight. He stood and went to war with a stand-up guy and didn't even really attempt to use his wrestling. It was such a weird fight. It was a very weird fight. And then, I mean, the fight he fought Sean Brady, who's making waves right now. Oh my
gosh.
He loses to
he's not a killer.
Yeah. Diego Lima, the fight before that. And then, like you said, against Claudio Silva, he looked phenomenal. And if he looks like that.
The fact that Sean Brady didn't finish him actually shows that Court's still there.
He's still there. Yeah. Yeah, so, I agree. I don't think Father's Time's there quite yet. Next up in the middleweight division, we got Jamie Pickett fighting Joseph Holmes. Pickett 12-6, stands 6'2" with an 80-inch reach. Holmes, ugly man, 7-1. He stands 6'4" with an 80-inch reach. So a little bit of a height advantage for Holmes. And I believe Holmes is making his UFC debut. Man, they must think really highly of this guy coming in, making his UFC debut, and he's a minus 155 favorite against Pickett, who has 4. He's on his 4th UFC fight.
I've never been impressed with Pickett, though.
I never have been either.
He's just big.
And now he's fighting a guy that's bigger.
He's fighting a guy that's big, too, and 7-1, very, very highly touted prospect in Joseph Holmes. And, I mean, his only loss was his pro debut in Bellator.
Yeah.
You know,
he's gone on. He's got some wins.
Undefeated amateur.
LFA.
And the other thing that I like, rear naked choke, guillotine, knee, rear naked choke, rear naked choke, rear naked choke, punches. He finishes all of his fights, all of his pro fights he's finished, and he's knocked people out. He's choked them out. Like, he's very well-rounded. I think I actually like Joseph Holmes a lot at minus 150. I think we're getting a value because the little bit that I do know about him and what I've seen from him, I think he's the real deal.
I usually don't pick these debuters against these guys with a little more
Neither
experience,
do I,
but I'm following you on this one. I'm going Holmes on this one. Next up, you got Anderson Brito. I probably butchered his name against Bill Algeo. Brito is 12-2-1, stands 5'8" with a 72-inch reach. Algeo 14-6. He stands 6 foot tall with a 73.5-inch reach. Man, he's a huge. I didn't realize how big Algeo is for 145.
Algeo's huge.
Man. Slight favorite for Brito's coming in at minus 135. The comeback plus 115 on Algeo. What do you like on this one?
I like Brito. I like him, another UFC debuter guy. He did come off of a big win in the Contender Series. But what I like is, we always talk about, we like the LFA guys. You got a 44-second knockout win in his LFA debut. And for the most part, he's a finisher and finishing with a variety of submissions and knockouts. He is going to, Bill Algeo, like you said, is a big
145er.
Big 145er. But big doesn't always mean better, And he's had a couple losses to Ricardo Lamos. His only win in the UFC was against Spike Carlisle, who's no longer in the UFC.
Yeah.
I like the newcomer in this spot.
I'm with you. Let's move on. Next fight in the lightweight division, we got Dakota Harry Bush against Slava Claus. Bush is 8-3, stands 5'10" with a 73-inch reach. Slava Claus 5-1. He stands 5'11" with a 69-inch reach. I know where I'm going on this one.
You don't vote against, we don't pick against Russians, and we don't pick against Russians that train at Team Alpha Male.
Slava Claus is the real deal. Did you see his fight in the Contender Series?
I do. I remember it. Yeah.
He is the real deal.
He doesn't play around at all, dude.
No.
I said, Russian out of Team Alpha Male. Give me that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy's a killer. And obviously Uriah thinks very highly of him. Everybody at Team Alpha Male, when you watched his fight on the Contender Series, they all said he's
coming.
He's coming.
He's coming. We got another Russian at 155. Hey, Islam, watch your back, dog.
Dude, what is up with these Russians at 155? Did they just breed them that way?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm reading that book by Hickson Gracie, Breathe.
Yeah.
Are the Russians like the Gracies where they're just breeding these fighters over there in Russia?
Probably.
It's crazy.
Probably.
Crazy. Highly recommend that book, by the way.
Yo, Dom.
Dom. What up, Dom?
Yo.
Next up in the flyweight division, we got Caitlin Chikadze against Jennifer Maia. Chikadze is 16-4, stands 5'9" with a 68-inch reach. Jennifer Maia, 19-7-1. She stands 5'4" with a 64-inch reach. Chikadze minus 190 and the comeback plus 160 on Maia. Where are you going? What are you doing? Who do you like?
I don't hate Jennifer Maia as a dog in this spot.
You know what? I kind of don't either.
I don't hate her. She beat Jessica Ai. So she lost to Valentina. So what? She armbarred JoJo Calderwood. Now JoJo Wood.
And she's got a win against Chikadze 2 years ago.
And she beat her 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What am I missing here?
I don't know.
I feel like we're being gifted something here.
I kind of do too. Unless the betting gods know something that we don't know. I'm going to take the underdog.
Yeah.
Taking the underdog. We're rolling with Jennifer Maia on this one.
And I feel good about it.
Those of you that are just turning in, just so you know, we're just jamming through this real quick because we got another podcast here in 15 minutes. All right. Next up in the flyweight division, we got Brandon Roy Val against Rogario Balteran. Roy Val, 12-6. He stands 5'9" with a 70.5-inch reach. Rogario, 17-3. He stands 5'5" with a 67-inch reach. Roy Val, is he like one of the most dangerous guys coming off of 2 losses or what?
Probably the most, sir.
Loses to Pantoja, loses to Brandon Moreno. He's got a win against Kattar France. Got a win against Tim Elliott. Submission wins against both those guys, and a win against Nate Williams. He's scary, dude. Nate. Shout out Nate. I just realized that. Nate's got a fight lined up again. He messaged me to get on the podcast. We'll have to get him on again.
He messaged me too. No, Roy Val's scary. He's very dangerous. We know what he brings on the mat. But here's what I'm looking at. Balteran, is that how you say his name?
Balteran, yeah.
He just beat Matt Schnell, who is somebody else that I believe is an extremely high-level grappler in that flyweight division as well, that I respect his jiu-jitsu and his submissions ability, and he beat him. He lost to Ray Borg and Kattar France. It kind of seems like, in my eyes, I see him as if you're a striker, or he has success against good grapplers. You better be able to outstrike him to beat him. Roy Val was I wonder where Roy Val's confidence is. It should still be high, losing to the now world champion and the only guy that's beaten the current world champion twice in Pantoja.
Twice, yeah.
I mean, don't hang your head, but losing can. So this is a stay away for me. I'm picking Roy Val, but I think this fight will really determine if we'll see if Roy Val's a mainstay to go to the top, or he's going to have to figure out some things to find his confidence again. Because he knows he's not at the top right now.
I'm with you on that. I'm picking Roy Val. I'm probably just a smidge bit more confident than you. I didn't like the way Balteran looked on the scale this morning at the weigh-ins.
Okay.
Looked a little rough, but who knows? Maybe he rehydrates and he's fine tomorrow. But I'm on Roy Val on this one. Co-main event, which I don't know how the hell this fight's a co-main event. Chase Sherman and Jake Collier. Sherman 15-8, stands 6'4" with a 78-inch reach against Jake Collier. He is 12-6, stands 6'3" with a 78.5-inch reach. Pretty much a coin flip. Collier's a slight favorite at minus 135. The comeback is plus 115 on Sherman, the Vanilla Gorilla. Who you like in this one?
Okay. Before I even saw the odds, this is mind-blowing to me. The fact that Chase Sherman is an underdog tells me that Vegas thinks that he sucks. Because Jake Collier's not good.
No, neither one of them are good.
This is a loser leaves town fight.
I mean, why can't we have like Kent Mafaleo be in our co-main event here?
He beat both of these guys.
He beat both these guys. He floors both these guys.
A lot of the local guys do. Ben Moa.
Yeah, Ben Moa.
Headlining Steel Fist. He beats these guys. Kent Mafaleo. Fierce.
Hey,
he beats these guys. Like, get out of here.
We hear Jeremy Horn's got a heavyweight over there that we don't know anything about yet. That's supposed to be a killer.
I did not tell you how much I hate this co-main event. And if Chase Sherman loses to Jake Collier, that's when you know, hey, I'll never make it. And he's an underdog.
But we're still going to watch it.
I'll be driving home from California, so yeah, probably.
Are you are you going Sherman or are you going Collier?
Sherman. He should win. I will never pick Jake Collier to win. Never.
Oh, I love it.
All right. He's a great guy.
All right. The fight that we're both looking forward to. Main event, Calvin Kattar versus Giga Chikadze. Boston finisher is 12-5, stands 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. Ninja is 14-2. He stands 6 foot tall with a 74-inch reach. I got to admit, I've been on Giga this whole time, and I'm not changing my pick, but I think this fight is going to be super close. Yeah.
Well,
after watching them at the face-offs, this is going to be. I think we're in for a great main event.
Who's the more talented fighter?
I mean,
no. Don't
I think right now Giga is the more talented fighter.
It's Giga. Okay, I'm with you. I think
Giga's more okay. And here's the one thing that stands out the most to me. The one win is his Cub Swanson win, right before he beat Barbosa. He knocked out Cub Swanson, and we see where Cub Swanson's been at right now.
Yeah,
that weighs heavy on me, man.
That's fine. Here's what's crazy for me. What I know about Calvin Kattar is I've never seen Giga in a dogfight. True. Right? Yeah. I've seen Calvin Kattar get into a dogfight, and I've seen him embrace it. And I've seen how he is on the receiving end against somebody like Max Holloway, who, remember, I'm the best boxer in the UFC, baby. That was against Calvin, right? And then what he did to Dan Ige. It was really close, and then he just pulled away, right? Yeah. Calvin Kattar might be the ultimate gatekeeper. Yeah. I don't know if he's ever going to win the 145 title. And if you're asking me how long he's been in the sport and his age, probably won't. But you have to be so good to beat him that you're not sniffing the title either if you can't beat him. Yeah. I mean, this is and I know how high you are on Giga, and Giga's great, and I'm not trying to take anything away from him. We don't know because he hasn't faced those elite guys now. Yep. Right? Yep. faced elite specialists. Edson Barbosa, passed with flying colors. Cub Swanson, pretty long in the tooth, legend. Beat him way past his prime, but beat him, right? So Giga's doing all the right things. Now, welcome to the big leagues. To me, Calvin Kattar's, you beat Calvin Kattar. Okay, now you're in the title mix.
Yeah.
Right? I kind of wish they would have waited after this weekend to make the decision on who was going to fight Volk.
Yeah,
because if Giga wins this fight,
you got to make that fight. You got to make
Giga wins this fight. He's there. He probably doesn't need another win.
2, 3, 4. I mean, he's got 7 wins in a row. If he wins this one, it's 8 wins in a row.
Calvin.
I mean, unless your name's Leon Edwards, you get a title shot after winning that many fights in a row.
I mean, Calvin Kattar, his 3 losses in the UFC, Moicano, when he was that was only his 3rd UFC fight, lost the decision. Yeah. That's fine. Zabit, if you remember, he lost the first 2 rounds. He destroyed Zabit in the 3rd round.
In the 3rd, yep.
And Zabit was gassed, and he was coming on stronger. Dude, he kind of does and he did it against Dan Ige. He kind of has that Peter Yan, not the same level, but he has we'll go for a good pace in the first 2 rounds, and then starting in that 3rd round, now we're going to pick it up, and we're going to go a higher pace. I think he's a 5-round fighter, and he just couldn't do it to Max's level. I don't think Calvin's ever beating Volk. It's going to be interesting, but I bet this. I don't know what's the over in this fight, but I'm taking the over.
Let's look it up real quick. After watching the weigh-ins, I'm not changing my pick, but I think it's going to be a lot more of a dogfight than I initially was like. Okay, MMA bets.
Calvin's a dog. I've never seen it, and I'm sure Giga has it in him. I've never seen it, and I've never seen it at an elite level.
Oh, you know what I mean? That elbow that he landed on Jeremy Stevens, that was highlight reel, just dropped him.
Did him dirty like that.
So I'm looking on best fight odds, and they don't have that fight up for some reason. Well, that's weird. Who's your pick?
I believe Giga wins the fight. I am cheering for Calvin Kattar, and I hope he wins the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go back on my pick. I think it's going to be close. I think Giga will eke out a close decision. I think we're in for a damn good fight. Yeah, I think we're in for a damn good fight. This is going to be a great fight.
I think Giga's a little bit more technical and can score more.
Yeah. So we got like 8 minutes to cover it. Okay. So Dana says Leon's next for Kamara. Do you hate it? Love it?
I don't hate it because I don't know what else.
Yeah, there's really nothing.
Okay. I don't know what else you want from Kamara. I don't know who else is right there, right? Like everybody else, it kind of feels like needs a win. But it kind of feels like to me that Leon needs a win. But he has.
It's crazy because he's won.
Leon.
Yeah, it's been a few. Champion. In Leon's rattled off what 8 wins in a row, 7 wins in a row.
But here's the other thing, Leon. He does everything right except being exciting. I keep saying it. He's not interesting.
Do you see him giving Kamara any problems?
No, none.
What about on the feet?
I think Kamara sleeps him. How about that?
I don't know about that. I think he might cause Kamara a little trouble on the feet. He's a big 170er. I know I'm just playing devil's advocate here, Zach. Just playing devil's advocate.
Stop.
You think Kamara's striking's better than Leon's?
Yes. Stop.
Okay.
He beat them 5 years ago in the UFC?
Yeah.
Kamara's we've rant and raved about how a champion has gotten so much better.
I agree.
Dude, come on. Dude, he ain't losing, dog. Bet the house.
I don't think so either.
There's not a freaking chance. Kamara smashes Leon Edwards.
What do you think about
you know what Dana's doing?
What?
He is just finally giving him his chance so that when he gets smashed, he's like, there's your shot, kid. You blew it. Bye.
So what do you do with the winner of Masvidal and Covington then?
Well, that's actually really interesting because he's beat both of them twice.
I know.
He's beat both of them twice. But at least Colby has given him real fights, like 2-2 going into the 5th round close.
Yeah.
Kind of. Or not sure who's winning going into the 5th close.
Yeah.
Jorge, I don't see it's. I just don't even think it's possible for Jorge to close that gap.
So you think Jorge is going to win
Against Colby?
I mean, yeah. Do you think Colby's winning or Jorge's winning? I'm going Colby. I don't think.
You know what's weird is in my head, I'm like, I feel like if Colby tries to stand and pepper Jorge with all those shots and pressure him and stuff, I feel like Jorge smokes him. But the other thing is I have to see Colby fights very similar to Usman, and Usman just dominated Jorge for 7 rounds and then slept him.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think Colby sleeps Jorge.
I don't think.
But I could see it being very similar to their first fight.
Yeah, I don't
Colby
think
could break Jorge.
Yeah, I don't think Jorge lasts 5 rounds if Colby's pushing that pace.
I had somebody message me. They're like, "What do you think, Colby? Like minus 165?" I was like, probably going to be like minus 210 to 250 at least. Comes out minus 330.
Yeah, it's like 330. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as close. I mean, I'm going to love the build up and the hype for it though. The trash talk is going to be insane.
Epic. But no, at the end of the day, they have to get down and fight, and I just don't really see Jorge being able to.
Here's a question for you.
I don't think Colby finishes Jorge either, though.
Do you think maybe Kamaru might be thinking of maybe hanging him up after Leon Edwards because there's really nothing for him?
If he hangs him up before him and Chimaev get to fight, I'm gonna come on this podcast and rip him that he's stuck in Chimaev.
You're gonna bump Chimaev over Sean Brady already?
Yeah, dog.
Really?
Let me know when Sean Brady picks up a ranked opponent and walks him over to the cage, talks to Dana, and puts him down and chokes him to sleep. Let me know.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Brady's a bad man pajama, but let me know when he does that.
Yeah.
I want to see Chimaev Usman. That's what
I think everybody does. I think everybody does.
And if he walks away before that fight, he will forever be the what if guy. Like people say Oliveira and Khabib. I don't want to hear none of that nonsense. I don't want to hear anybody talk about Khabib. Khabib did enough for me. That was fine.
Yeah.
Usman, you have a guy like Chimaev coming. No. You got to fight that guy before you walk away.
I agree. One quick thing. We got to jump on with Davis. We only got 3 minutes. Should Henry Cejudo have gotten the fight with Volk?
Hell no.
Somebody brought up a good point because Dana came out and said, hey, you can't just come in, and whenever you want, blah, blah, blah. Somebody brought up a good point.
What?
They're gonna bring John Jones back for a title shot, and Henry Cejudo has fought sooner than John Jones has.
Excuse me.
What?
How many times did John defend that 205 title?
I'm just saying.
No. But this
Cejudo's a champ.
No.
He's champ.
What you've done for the company.
John
matters.
Jones is headache.
Come out really quick.
Headache for the company is what John Jones is.
No. But what you have to understand is what have you done for the company? John Jones has done a lot of negative for the company, but you can't discredit. He's the greatest in-cage fighter of all time. You get some perks like that. And by the way, it is not a guarantee that John Jones gets the heavyweight title fight. It's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
Dana might say, you know what? You've been such a pain to deal with. Tell you what, if you want to come back, you get to fight Stipe Miocic in the number 1 contender fight. That's what you get. Or nothing. Or if Gane wins, say, hey, guess what? You get to fight Francis Ngannou for a number 1 contender fight. That's what you get. Take it or leave it. I could see Dana doing that.
Francis is gone after this fight, dog. Win or lose,
I hope so.
He gone. Chael made up a good point, and they're like, what has Gane done to promote this fight?
None.
Crickets. What has Francis done? Nothing. It's like you got two. These guys could be Conor McGregor. If they were
Well,
promoting
they can't because it's not in their personality, but they could at least try to promote it a little bit.
They have the. I mean, what's greater
I
than
don't
the
even know
heavy?
if Dane has social media. I've never seen him on there.
As much as all these other divisions are great, you got your lightweight division, with Kamara, Izzy. Still, whoever holds that heavyweight championship is supposed to be the man, right?
But guess what? But here and this rings true till Stu. The reason why Derek Lewis is so beloved and will still get shots and opportunities is because he promotes fights. He's entertaining. The fans love him, and it's something that I feel like the other heavyweights just don't get.
Yeah,
like Francis, I actually kind of believe it's a cultural thing because I think he's a good guy.
Yeah,
but there's some things that he's missing that he's just missing.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know.
We jammed through that real quick. We got another fighter spotlight.
But hey, Henry Cejudo, kick rocks, dude. You defended a title one time. Each title you defended one time. You don't get to jump the pack, especially in that action-loaded 145-pound division.
You can't.
I wish they would have waited for the winner of this fight to see if Giga could have gotten the nod. But man, you can't say Korean Zombie doesn't deserve it. He's been one of the best in the world for how long?
Yep.
I love Korean Zombie. It's a great fight. He doesn't beat Volk. Doesn't beat Volk.
No. All right.
It's gonna be good.
Jumping in with Dave Maggio. We'll see you guys in a sec. Boom. And then